Good morning. I woke up 30 minutes ago, and 2 minutes after I woke up, I got a phone call from Steve, who is the guy driving the 40 or so inch enclosed trailer that's coming from here and going down to Georgia, because my RA is gonna get delivered to Justin at Atlanta Custom Wraps to get wrapped. Now, I've known I was gonna have him do this wrap since before I even got this car, because I remember at least a year ago, and I was talking with my friend Dan down there. He has his friend Justin wrap his cars. And I told Dan, buddy, when I get a car someday, I'll come down here and I'll get the car wrapped, and then he'll call. And so yeah, I'm out of time, but he's about to load the car. Hello, I know that intersection. Okay, well, I'll be there, and I'll get there as quick as I can. I'll be within 5 minutes. All right, thank you, I'll see you soon. All right, bye. You can see it one last time before it's gone for a long time. If you want to see the car in its parking space, this is the last time it's gonna be here looking like this. I'll talk about what mods are gonna get done to it, but a few things are gonna happen besides the wrap, but the wrap is the main thing. Okay, I gotta get in here and drive this and get out of here.
So what do you have in this thing wrapped as?
My buddy Dan has cars down there. He gets wrapped, and I visit there a few times a year, and I told him that when I get a car, I'll go down there and get my car wrapped with his. So that's the thing it's gonna be in. It's gonna share this with a Tesla that he's also picking up in my city. That's also going down to Georgia. And then he's gonna pick up another car and bring it back. So when this gets there, I believe that's gonna be Friday. I'll double check. That'll be 3 weeks that it's down there, from Friday to a Friday, which should be enough time for everything to get done to the car, which I'll talk about later.
So the only thing that I saw is that front left right here.
Yep, you have good eyes. That's me.
I put that on. It wasn't at the curb.
That's my first time driving a car that low, and so I went out of a parking lot. I was like, ah. So that's a scar of a lesson learned and pride damaged.
They're yours?
Yes, sir.
Nice, man.
Thanks, dude.
Get out with the door touching, I'm gonna have to climb out, but it takes
That's fine. That's fine if you have to climb out. I have a hard enough time getting out with the door open.
You see in the wild, an exotic car giving delivery to a native carrier.
That was graceful. Not that I wanted you to, but I was expecting more of a struggle.
Nah, believe me, that McLaren was a struggle.
I'll bet.
So what year is this?
2010.
It's a beautiful car.
Thank you. The next time you see this car anywhere is gonna be on Dan's or Justin's channel. I'm not sure which one it's gonna be, so I'll link them down below. But this will be rolling off, well, not too long, and then it'll be down there for 3 weeks. And then I'll come down there and pick it up, and we'll do a nice reveal. They'll show me the car because I have an idea of what I want it to look like. I've explained the design, but I'm leaving it up to Justin and his interpretation for what he thinks would be good. So after 3 weeks, I'll go down there, and then I'll look at it and I'll be like, oh, surprise. So if you want to see more up-to-date stuff, probably should follow their channel because they're gonna have extra footage of this car, and probably maybe of it coming out of the trailer, I don't know, but worth checking out. While we're in there and he's loading it up, Steve tells me his whole life story. I'll tell you the parts that I think I'm allowed to share, but he's actually a police officer here in Montgomery County, and he actually races BMWs. And I believe he is a track instructor, which is crazy. It's like of all the people that I happened to get matched up with on hauling Tinder, because I used a broker to find him, that was quite a coincidence. And all that, he seems like a good guy. I don't know that I'll ship the car again. I probably will for something, because I'd love to drive this car in Colorado one day. That's kind of a dream I've had, is to have the R8 in Colorado, but I'd probably have to ship it. So if I do ship it, I'm definitely gonna contact Steve. Bye, Steve. Bye, R8. I'll miss you a lot. I already miss you. Bye. Bye. I already miss you. Bye, R8. Bye. Dang, I'm getting flashbacks of when I sent off my first 650. It's gone. Well, that's okay, because when I get it back, it will be wrapped, which is a big deal to me because I've been envisioning this for almost a year. It will have powder coated wheels, a wing, and color touch-ups. Basically color and then a wing. Basically is what's gonna happen. So it will look done, and it'll be basically done until I decide that for whatever reason it needs to be faster than it already is, and I decide to do performance-wise, which I don't have on the list of things to do. I just want it to look better, but yeah, 3 weeks. And in 3 weeks, I have a lot of traveling to do. Hi, buddy. Did you miss me for the 30 minutes that I was gone? You sure did. What did you do when I was gone? Did you build a sandcastle? Did you topple an empire? Did you be a baby? Is that what it was? You were a baby this whole time? You were a baby this whole time? I can't believe it. Hey, you know what would be really impressive? If you got your toy. That'd be incredible. Everybody wants to see that. Go get your toy. Good boy. Now take it to the rug, because you have to take it to the rug. He loves the traction of carpet, so what he does is, I have a little floor mat here. He always takes his toys there, because when I lived at my other place, I had hardwood and carpet. He'd always take it to the carpet because he loves the traction of it. So he just brings it here to the little rug, so he can like wrestle with it with no problem. So I want to just mention what's going on with the car, just because I can, as far as scheduling. I really probably should make a whatever Wednesday of me like explaining my calendar plans for June, but here's a rough summary. So on the 14th, I'm gone, and I don't get back until the 3rd. I'm gone for almost a month. I'm traveling quite a bit. First I'm going to Kansas, I'm going to Colorado, which I've talked about in Finding Fridays if you watch those, and then I go to Georgia for the car. When I go to Georgia, I will be going there and getting the car on June 29th. So June 29th is the day that the car gets revealed to me, and then the next day is the 30th, and I'm driving it around, and I'm sure you'll see it, if not that day, soon after. I have to come back home. Dan and Justin will probably have videos of it too. And then July 1st, I'm gonna go visit my buddy Chase, and we're gonna try to record an intro and outro sequence. I know what I wanna shoot, but basically I want like an intro and an outro for Supercar Saturday, just like I have for Finally Friday and Moto Monday, so we're gonna try to do that. And then on did I say June 1st? July 1st. Then July 2nd, I drive home, which will be really fun, assuming the AC gets fixed, because I guess there's a story there I actually should tell you. You are going to love this story. Maybe not, I don't know. It was way more intense when it was happening. Now in retrospect, it's like, nah, whatever. But so, all right, I took it to a shop, which it was like an hour drive out in Virginia, because I do exotics. I had them do it. Got a ride out there, brought the car home. The very next day, and I know this is gonna lose a lot of suspense because you can see that the car is okay, but the very next day I was driving home from an errand in the morning. I was actually dropping off the Super Duke headlight to get wrapped. I was driving home, and then I was at a light, stopped, and it was time to go. I went into first, and I tried to go, and I stalled. And like, oh, that was embarrassing. And I thought, well, that's weird. I've stalled in this car before, but I don't know why I stalled. I did it again, and I realized there's not a lot of throttle right now. I have to really gas it to go. Like, that's weird. And then I'm going along, shifting to second, still struggling. Like, what's going on? Got into third, so here it is, like first, second, third. I was like, what the heck? So I tested it when I was driving. Third, 4, 5, and 6 all worked fine, but first and second were really slow. First and second felt like fifth and sixth, so that's probably really bad. But let's not worry about it, let's just get home. I got home, and I always back into my parking spaces, so I have a parking space here. I was gonna back into it, but first I went forward into the spaces opposite of me, went into reverse, looked back, and guess what happened? I looked back and then hit the gas and I went forward. I was like, freaking reverse made me go forward. I was like, this is really bad. So I was like, well, I'm stuck here. I'm against the wall. I can only go forward. I'm stuck. Great. So I called the shop that worked on the car. I know they had nothing to do with it. They didn't even touch that part of the car, but I was like, well, maybe I just have a bad car. So I called them, had them send out a tow truck, got that loaded pretty quickly, thank goodness. It wasn't difficult because we just pushed it reverse, and since I still had gas, I went forward out of the garage, reloaded the car, got it sent back. The next week, it was fixed, and after all the struggling and suspense, I thought maybe my transmission was just shot. Thankfully, it was, I want to say, a clutch cable. It was, whatever happened, something was loose or not put together correctly. They actually found all the parts laying at the bottom of the belly pan. I don't know what those parts are, but they just put it back together. with pins or something like that. I'm not really a smart person, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Some of you don't what I'm trying to talk about. But that was not a hard fix, not expensive, it took an hour. And I was like, whew, because I thought I had a broken supercar, and I was like, great. But that happened, and I'm almost done with the story. So then I got it home, the very next day, AC goes out. I'm like, I'm beginning to get the picture. Supercars, super problems. It's always one thing after another. So anyway, the AC is out, and I didn't have time to take it back to the shop, which by the way is a long ways away. It's like an hour there, hour back. I didn't have time to do that because I had to ship the car, but Justin said he could take a look at it once there because he has technicians in Georgia. I was like, all right, cool. All right, awesome. Oh, and then yesterday, it doesn't end. Yesterday, the low oil light came on. I'm like, why though? I just had it replaced like a week ago. Whatever, so it'll get looked at in Georgia, but that was the status of the car. That is the status of the car. When I pick up the car, it should be done, but based on how my experience with it, like in a week's or two's time with the car, I'm expecting more problems. It's my luck and or the car. But anyway, July 2nd, sorry, that's when I drive home all day. I'm really looking forward to it because that's a long drive. It's 12 driving hours, so it's probably gonna be 15 hours out on the road. As long as I have AC, it'll be good because I'll be in Georgia, it'll be hot. Anyway, I've talked a lot. That's the story of what happened to the car and where it is now and where it's gonna be in 3 weeks. I'm still working on a perfect camera setup for when I ride because I want to be able to do essentially moto vlogs in the car when I want to. But that'll be for a while yet, at least 3 weeks. You probably won't see my channel for another month. But it's getting progress and you're gonna see that. And I have a big trip coming up. If you want to see the details of that, let me know as far as what I'm gonna do in Kansas and Colorado. Meetups, please look at my Twitter. If you're in those states, you can come see me there. And yeah, that's all I got to say. That's your update on the car. Next month, 3 weeks, it'll be done. I hope. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye.